I usually make Kubrick essay videos, but something caught my eye recently about a director named Carl Rinsch, and it's too weird and funny to ignore. Have you ever seen 47 Ronin, the Keanu Reeves movie? A pretty forgettable film with mixed reviews, directed by Carl Rinsch, someone you've probably never heard of until his name started popping up in the news recently. And the reason why? Well, that's exactly what we're about to dive into. It's not that I care much about 47 Ronin or Rinsch himself, it's the whole situation that's fascinating and hilarious. Netflix, known for greenlighting anything with what seems like an endless pile of cash, as South Park so brilliantly pointed out.
Netflix, you're greenlit. Who am I speaking with?
Yes, hello. We have an idea for a show that we think would be great for Netflix.
Okay, great. Would you like a pilot or just go straight to an order of 6 episodes?
We'd like to go right into 6 episodes with a pickup option at the end of 3.
Got it. Can you start shooting next month?
Got a show about transsexual dragons here.
Also has a terrible habit of cancelling those same projects just as quickly. And in the high-stakes world of streaming, Netflix once placed a $55 million bet on a sci-fi series called Conquest, directed by Carl Rinsch. Little did they know this investment would turn into a rabbit hole of erratic behavior, luxury spending, and financial chaos that could rival any scripted drama. What started as a high-concept, high-budget sci-fi show quickly became a tragic comedy of errors, with no happy ending and definitely no Emmy. Rinsch, best known for directing the 2013 box office bomb 47 Ronin, yes, the one where Keanu Reeves plays a samurai, pitched Conquest as a groundbreaking series about organic, intelligent beings designed to provide humanitarian aid, but entangled in global conspiracies. Think Westworld meets Black Mirror, but with more chaos and fewer completed episodes. Despite his mixed track record, Rinsch managed to generate major interest. Even Keanu Reeves got involved as a co-producer and helped bankroll the pilot. After seeing the pitch, both Amazon Prime and Netflix entered a bidding war for the series. Netflix won, agreeing to pay $61.2 million in installments, convinced they just landed the next Stranger Things. Spoiler alert, they didn't. Netflix's faith in Rinsch was impressive, or just delusional. After burning through $44 million of the budget with basically nothing to show for it, Rinsch went back to Netflix in 2020 and asked for another $11 million to cover various pre- and post-production needs. Now you'd think after losing nearly the GDP of a small country, Netflix might have asked for, I don't know, a rough cut or some proof of progress. But no. Whether blinded by desperation or the thrill of the streaming wars, Netflix cut the check. Big mistake. Rinsch had final cut power over the project, which meant Netflix had little leverage. What they got in return was nothing. A full year passed, and not a single usable episode of Conquest emerged. In 2021, Netflix finally pulled the plug and wrote off over $55 million, which is a lot of money for anything, but especially for a show that never even made it past the concept stage. While Netflix was wondering where their $55 million went, Rinsch was busy living out his financial fantasy. Reports surfaced of increasingly erratic behavior on set, yelling at crew members, making bizarre claims, and developing a full-on God complex. At one point, he reportedly told Netflix executives that he could map the coronavirus signal emanating from within the Earth, which sounds more like a rejected X-Files subplot than a production update. His wife even tried to get him into rehab, citing his growing dependence on lisdexamfetamine and amphetamine. But Rinsch had bigger plans. According to emails, he believed airplanes were organic, intelligent forces and claimed he could predict lightning strikes and volcanic eruptions. Somewhere, David Lynch probably sat up and took notes. With that extra $11 million burning a hole in his pocket, Rinsch decided to try his hand at the stock market. He transferred the funds to his personal brokerage account and promptly lost millions in bad trades. But that didn't stop him from reassuring Netflix execs that Conquest was awesome and moving forward really well. You have to admire the confidence. When the market didn't work out, Rinsch pivoted to the next logical step: crypto. He cashed out of Dogecoin at the perfect moment, netting $23 million in profit. But instead of investing that windfall into the show, Rinsch went full Wolf of Wall Street. The FBI's inventory of his spending reads like the fever dream of a spoiled trust fund kid. He spent $1.78 million on credit card bills, $1.07 million on lawyers, to sue Netflix for more money and to handle his divorce, and $395,000 on luxury hotels. Then there was the $3.78 million on furniture and antiques, including $638,000 for just 2 mattresses. What were they made of? Unicorn fur. He also dropped $2.4 million on 5 Rolls-Royces and a Ferrari, $652,000 on watches and clothing, and almost $300,000 on luxury bedding and linens. For that kind of money, the pillows better whisper motivational affirmations while you sleep. By March 2021, Netflix had finally had enough. No finished episodes, no progress, just a massive hole in their budget. But Rinsch wasn't done. Despite blowing through $55 million, he turned around and sued Netflix for an additional $14 million, claiming it was contractually his. This is the kind of audacity that makes Kanye West look humble. In May 2024, an arbitrator ruled against Rinsch, ordering him to repay Netflix $8.78 million and hand over whatever footage he had, which was apparently about as useful as a broken VCR. The fact that Rinsch thought Netflix owed him even more money despite delivering nothing is perhaps the most confident creative pitch in Hollywood history. The story could have ended there, but in March 2025, Rinsch was arrested in Los Angeles and charged with wire fraud, money laundering, and multiple counts of engaging in monetary transactions with illegally obtained funds. Basically, Netflix gave him money to make a show, and he treated it like a personal slush fund for luxury shopping and gambling. Netflix declined to comment, probably because what's there to say? They literally got robbed blind, and didn't even get a pilot episode out of it. If this sounds like a rejected Black Mirror episode, you're not wrong. Rinsch went from directing a Hollywood blockbuster to essentially running an elaborate Ponzi scheme with Netflix's money. The craziest part? He actually could have gotten away with it if he had just finished the show. Instead of making a sci-fi epic about human-like AI, he decided to roleplay as a financial wizard and paid the price. So what's the takeaway here? If a Hollywood director asks for $61 million, maybe ask for a rough cut first, or at least make sure they don't have a Robinhood account. Netflix's $55 million gamble on Conquest became a hard lesson in the importance of oversight. The streaming wars are brutal, but even by Hollywood standards, this was next-level insanity.